Yeah, it's vacuuming. Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'm going to do the first look, how to set up, kind of an unboxing on this brand new Shark Navigator robot vacuum cleaner. This one retails for $450. I bought it with my own money. I wasn't paid for this video. This is model number RV2120AE. This is the 60-day version. Now they have a 30-day version, which I reviewed yesterday, and I had all kinds of problems with it. So I anticipate this not going super well, but let's see how this journey goes. Right off the bat, it's all about the sensor and the navigation. This sensor, I don't think is super powerful. It doesn't have spinning LiDAR on top, and so it did kind of struggle quite a bit. Now, they do not give you a manual. You've got a QR code. There are some really nice videos if you click on this QR code, but there's no manual other than just put the brushes on and put it up against the wall with a foot on the other side and 2 feet in the front. So, and setup is relatively simple, which we're going to go through the complete setup, and then we're actually going to have it map our house. That's where it really struggled. And then the first cleaning, it really struggled too. So this is a robot vacuum cleaner that vacuums only. Now make sure you find these two brushes. They were in the box, kind of off to the side a little bit. So here we have the bumper technology if it runs into something, but it also has a sensor on the front that's going to map your house. Once in a while, the robot is going to spin. That helps that sensor map your house. We have two physical buttons up here. It is very slim. We will be measuring that. Around back, there is another sensor here to help with navigation, I think. Here's the dustbin. It's going to vacuum your house. Everything's going to go into this dustbin, and then it gets auto emptied. It's going to back up to the base station. There's another vacuum going to kick on and suck everything out of the dustbin through that little trap door right there. So let's take a look at the base station. This will hold up to 60 days of dirt and debris. There's a release handle right here. Press that. You're going to pull this out. This is bagless. So you'll take this to the trash can, press the button. Everything's going to come out of it. There are some filters in there you got to clean once in a while, but it is bagless. And look who joined us, Miss Fiona. And she would like her treat. So that is a nice design that it's bagless, and you're simply just going to slide it back in. But since it's bagless, there are some filters you're going to have to clean. So up here, there is this reusable filter. It is a foam filter. You're going to have to wash it, let it dry once in a while. It does get extremely dirty. And there's another little filter down in there. Now off to the side over here, there's another filter. It's not a HEPA filter. It's just a foam filter. You'll have to clean that and replace that once in a while. Around back, the cord is permanently attached. It's 4 feet long. There is no power switch. So as soon as you plug it in, the base has power. Here's what the bottom of the unit, no access on the bottom of the unit. And it consumes 120 volts, 60 hertz, 650 watts when it's emptying dust. Now there is a light on the front that's going to tell you different statuses. So left to right, it's about 12 inches. Front to back, 8 inches. Now it is a little tall. It's right at 14 and a half, but you're going to have to add the length of this door. This door has to be able to open, or you could pull it out. You're not going to be accessing that door all the time, but another 6 inches. And then this does have to pull off to the side. We can see you'll need about almost 16 inches, 15 inches. And again, here's the robot, and it's 12 3/4 inches wide. Again, here's what the top of it looks like. There's the dustbin. No real side sensors, just this main sensor on the front. Okay, the tallest part is the bumper, and it's right at 3.5 inches. So the whole robot is 3.5 inches tall. Okay, so let's flip it over. They give you an extra side brush. Originally, I thought it was going to have two, but you just have one to install. This is an extra one. These are sensors, so it doesn't, these are called cliff sensors, so it doesn't fall down your stairs. You will have to clean those. Those are little glass windows. This wheel spins free. You have battery access. These are the drive wheels. This is where it's going to charge when it backs up. And then we have the brush roller. Now the brush roller does have a comb on it. Let's open it up. There is a comb there that's going to help grab the long hairs off of this brush roller. You can see that. See there. Okay, I've got the base station plugged in. There is a green light there. We're simply going to dock it. And you dock it up like that with the sensor out front. It's going to turn it on. The light turned to blue. There the lights are flashing. Let's get the clean app now. It does not have spinning LiDAR, which I think really is the way to go. This one, it's going to auto empty when you first turn it on. Okay, you got to get the Shark Clean app, and you have to log in with a username and password. Now we're going to click this little drop-down arrow. You could click the three little lines. You're going to find where it says Add a Robot. Let's connect, get started, stay close, ready to pair. We're going to press and hold. So it's plugged in, it's charging. We're going to press and hold these two buttons at the same time. Now it's not going to speak to us, but the lights will change. Oh, this one speaks to us. The 30-day didn't speak to us. Okay, so I heard the voice. You have to allow locations for some reason. Or no, it's a Bluetooth access. There's location. Ready to connect. It's searching. This is going to, I'm using an iPad Air. You could use your iPhone. It's going to connect to the Wi-Fi being transmitted by this robot. Ready to join. 2.4 gigahertz only. Select your Wi-Fi and then give it your Wi-Fi password. All right, now we're looking for 3 check marks here. The lights went back to charging. Now this has to have 50% charge before you can go any further. So you may have to let this sit for a little bit and charge. Give it a name. You can name it anything, just type in there. I call it the 60-day because they have a 30-day also, but done. All right, go to the dashboard. So it only has 30% charge. We cannot do anything until that reaches 50%. And that takes about a half hour to an hour. So I'll come back and then we'll map our house. Okay, that took about a half hour. We're at 50%. Now this is highlighted. Now we can get started. We want to make sure the doors are open. Next, start. I've opened the doors. Start the exploratory run. Okay, it's going to undock. Nope, we got to hit one more start. Now you want to stay away from it.
Starting an exploration. For the most accurate map, open all interior.
Now it doesn't give an update of, it's going to build the map when it's all done. That's all you're going to see while it's doing this. Now it's randomly going to go around your house. And then it does occasionally stop and spin. So we'll check back on this. This can take a while. The 30-day one took quite a bit. And I'm back home in my basement now, so we'll see how it does, and then we'll do some testing. Okay, so it's been fun being home today. Miss Fiona has missed me. I got to bring her into the studio. So it mapped our house. It looks very accurate. So let's go. It did find itself and docked itself. And let's approve it, and let's go in and edit the map. Okay, we're going to hit Create Rooms and Zones. Hit Start. Add a room. Let's try it. So click the Add button here. Now you got to go in and make this room the size you want. So I know over here, this is a room right here. Click the Add button again. Now you're going to see a little line right there. We want to drag that and try to get it as close to that room as we can. It's a little tricky. That's a room right there. And we'll click Add. And then we'll add another room. You can make these as big or as small as you want. Now let's add labels. So click the room and hit the label button. That there is the den. You can type in words too. Label, let's just call that one the basement. And over here, label, kitchen. Now you can merge rooms later on. So let's hit no-go zones. So this is where you want to keep it out. So hit Add button. You can, again, make this as big or as small as you want. You can't put it around the dock. So I know it's going to struggle over here. Let's put it around the couch. Yeah. So there's the no-go zone. And you can add as many as you would like. Delete them. Hit the check mark. And you want to save the map. Now, as this robot cleans your house, you can go back and add more no-go zones. Okay, so we are finished. We've got 50% charge. There's our map. Let's go into settings. I'm gonna go through the settings first. Click the three little lines up here. Now, if you want to put it on a schedule, that's the number one thing I tell people. Put it on a schedule, have it clean your house once or twice a week. If you need to edit the map again, there's the map. Click settings. Now, this is kind of like settings for the app. If you scroll down here, these are the ones that are, these are the actual settings for the robot. So there's the 60-day. Okay, register, that's important. Register it. It tells Shark and activate your warranty. It only has a 1-year warranty. Rename the robot. There's the volume, language. Do not disturb is off by default, I guess. So make sure you turn that on. 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Save. Now I have noticed Sharks, when that do not disturb is on, the next day, so it's gonna turn the robot not off, but it doesn't work at night. And then for some reason the volume is always really, it's on. The volume never comes back. So your robot may speak to you, and then after the do not disturb, after you activate that, it may not speak to you anymore. Recharge and resume is on. It will go back and dock itself, recharge, and then go back and finish cleaning. Cleaning preferences, it's gonna, whatever power level you use last, that's the one it's gonna save. Evacuate and resume is on. That's important if you have pets. It's gonna go back and auto empty every 30 minutes. Delete maps, factory settings, history, there. Very, very minimal settings. Now here we are back at this screen. We can do rooms, and this is where my 30-day really struggled doing a room. But we can do a whole home. If you hit the word clean, there's just 3 power levels. Eco, normal, max. Max is more suction, but it uses more battery. Let's do this room here. Let's do a room. Let's see if this one, so select that room and hit clean. Let's just do normal cleaning power and we'll start cleaning. So it undocks itself and it spins in a circle. So yeah, I think this one's gonna work better. Yeah, I can tell already. That 30-day, I was having nothing but problems with it. Yep, this one's working. I think. We'll see. So yeah, it looks like it's starting to clean. Obstacle avoidance on it's going to be very minimal. If any at all, to be honest with you. So I wonder if it had something to do with me. After it mapped my house, I let it sit for about a half hour. You know, on the 30-day, I went right into creating the map, editing the map. All right, so I got some dirt and debris. I was able to empty out the shark sitting next to it. And we'll see how, yeah, again, it randomly turns. I don't know why I had I had so many problems with the 30-day, the white one. This one's actually working. Now it should. It's really stuck in that corner. It can be aggressive sometimes. It just really rammed into the wall at like full speed. It's supposed to do the perimeter of your room first and then go and make the straight lines. So yeah, it's vacuuming. Now it's not able to get super close. The suction is right here. So it tried to draw some of that stuff. Yeah, so every so often it's just gonna spin That must be front-facing LiDAR. They don't tell us that. I wish they would. Yeah, there it's spinning again. Now that's adorable. I didn't know she was sleeping there. Oh, I miss making videos at home. There's some cables back there. It does not get into corners very well. So it's got like a square around the base that it's not going to get. Okay, so it looks like it's starting in the straight lines. Okay, let's see how it does against a shoe. Oh, it did sense it. So it says it can sense everyday items. So I don't think it could sense anything too small. Let's try something a little smaller. And no. I forgot I'd put some stuff down here. It is vacuuming. And it is going to make the straight lines, so it's not bumping off the walls in random directions. So I don't know why I had such problems with the white one. The 30-day one just was a 4-hour ordeal. This one's been very smooth. So this is not going to replace an upright vacuum cleaner, but it is going to keep your house relatively clean. Now, interestingly enough, there's the path when it did the edge, and it didn't quite go all the way. You know, you would like for it to go into this area because it leaves like a little area. So this is a very budget friendly But at 450 bucks, I would not pay. I did pay 450 bucks, but I wouldn't recommend this at 450 bucks. This is about a $300 robot, if that. Yeah, you'd like it to get a little closer. But maybe it comes back and gets it. I don't know. There it did. Huh. Wonder why it avoided that area. You can sort of navigate around those legs a little bit. Well, it activated the bumper on that one. So it pretty much has to hit it. The sensor has to be pretty much right in front of the obstacle for it to avoid it. If it's off to the side a little bit, it just uses the bumper. Yeah, it missed like that much, because right there's where it cleaned, and it's turning it around right there. So it's consistently not going all the way. Yeah, it's stopping short. And there it went all the way. So I don't know. So I will say it did know it turned around when there was a shoe there. It did come back and get the other side of that area. And it was able to get all the way everywhere around the ping pong table. It did this area, then it went back and did the middle area, then it did the other side. So it does know where it's been and go back and get areas that it missed. It never really went back and got that area where it didn't go right up next to the edge, but let's just pause it. Let's see how well it's been doing. Okay, it's been doing a pretty good job. We'll check the auto empty feature. I don't want to disturb it too much. Sometimes when you turn these things upside down, they lose their brain. Okay, it's all done. It's going to return to the dock and do an auto empty. All right, it's going to auto empty. Okay, let's go look at the app. Well, first let's check. All right, it was able to auto-empty everything. Let's see, did we get any long hair? Whoops, there was a little bit of dirt there. That may have been when I took it off. No long hairs, but I didn't, my basement's pretty clean. I did not do a long hair test. Yeah, that might have been because I took the dustbin off mid-cycle. Okay, so we got a mission report. Now it doesn't show us on the app when it was moving. Let's view the report. Yeah, I did stop it earlier. So it did leave a little area unclean because I stopped it. But it looked like we had pretty good coverage in that area. Okay, let's check the box art. 50% more suction than the iRobot Essentials, which is the very basic iRobot, like their cheapest iRobot. So that's not saying a whole lot. Anti-hair wrap, self-empty. Does have a big bin, holds 60 days, they're saying. So this is a very budget. Navigates around furniture and everyday items. So like shoes, not like not like little toys or anything. So they call this Smart Path Navigation, which, yeah, they can clean in rows, but I wish they would just call it like front-facing LiDAR or something. So since I had so many problems with the white one, the 30-day, I told it to go remap. Where is it? There it is. So it's currently mapping my studio again. I don't think it's done because it's, yeah. So I'm going to give it one more shot. It might have been just me, and if it was, I'll remake that video. Because it was the 30-day version of this is white, and it was like a 4-hour long video. I had problems after it mapped my house. It wouldn't clean an individual room like this one did. It would clean the entire place, but I couldn't tell it to do an individual room. It would just undock and then dock itself again and say it did it, and it didn't do anything. So we'll see. There's this one. So would I pay $450 for this? No. This is about a $300 robot vacuum cleaner, in my opinion. Now, if you really want a shark, that's a good deal. $800 for that white one. That's a good deal. $349 for the Shark AI. The white one usually is on sale for $300. That's a better robot. It's a little bit taller, but it's got spinning LiDAR, and I think it has better coverage. Now, there was this one I'm going to show you was a really good deal. That's a good deal. The Shark IQ, I've had that. $248. See, $248. That's quite a bit cheaper and does just as good a job. There's nothing special about this robot other than it's about a ½ inch shorter. That's way too expensive for that one. There it is, $450. Now, I imagine it'll go on sale. Where was it? That's a good deal. That's the renewed one, AI Ultra. I recommend renewed. There's the white one I bought, 30-day one, $300. I may send it back and get a new one. Maybe I just had a bad one. This, I don't know how long this will be going. This is actually a really good robot, and it's far superior to the one we have now. It's renewed, which you still have the 30-day return policy, but I've bought lots of things renewed off Amazon, and they look brand new. They just usually don't come in the same box, but that's an amazing robot for $300. Wow. Look at that. $120. That robot is superior to this one. So don't ever buy that one with the 2-in-1 that has no. That's a good robot. The Shark Matrix. That's renewed, I think. There's what it's saying it's competing against. They call that the Essentials one, which is $170. Yeah, the Wifi L60 is a good one. I did buy all the brand new Roborock Q series. So yeah, you can see there are better robots than this one. This one's full price right now. I imagine it will go on sale, but it'd have to be, $200 would be a good buy, considering those other ones that I showed you are a much better robot, better navigation, spinning LiDAR, and they actually have a little bit of a sensor on the front to help with obstacle avoidance. Now, they're not the best, but... So I'm back home in my studio. Got some Fiona treats. That was so cool to see her. Again, I really do appreciate everybody's support. This has been really fun. I got my new studio. I sure miss this place, though. This is fun down here. So thanks, everybody. I'll put links to it in the show description notes. I'll try to put links to those other ones. If you purchase the product using my links, the products don't cost you anymore, but I do get a small commission from the sale. It is a way of helping support my channel. That way I can give my honest opinion. You know, Shark wouldn't want me saying that there's better ones out there that are cheaper. I imagine this price will come down. I just don't see a need for this. This is not an evolution. This is some old Shark technology with some front-facing LiDAR that's just okay. Still has the old, in my opinion, Shark app, which is very basic, but it can lag sometimes. I don't know. It's all about user experience. In the Shark app, sometimes you don't have the best user experience. So I do appreciate everybody's support. If you could, please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.